Without putting too fine a point on it, this short film is about dog shit. Or rather, it's about the dogs forced to live in their own shit at MBR Acres. All this week we've been publishing footage and testimony from an ex-MBR worker. The whistleblower was disgusted by the dirty working practices inside MBR Acres. The whistleblower's testimony in these photos of the raised platforms was that they're hardly ever cleaned, let alone disinfected. This shit, because that's what it is, it's not dirt, because remember, these dogs never go out. This is their own shit. This didn't develop like this overnight. This is caked in. So let's just remind ourselves what MBR Acres is. It's a horrendous puppy factory. It's run by Marshall Bioresources, an American multinational, and owned by Scott Marshall, who's made his money from selling puppies to torture labs. Like this little puppy, and yes, she is limping. One of the words used to describe her work colleagues by her whistleblower was lazy. She was shocked at the lack of training, the lack of supervision. She used exactly the same word as what we often do, managerless. For example, look at this scene from our drone footage. As she's scraping this nauseating bin, she's wearing disposable gloves. But look. No, she's not. MBR Acres is indeed a strange, dirty, cruel place. Everything here is run on an industrial scale. A lorry arrives from Poland loaded with sawdust. It's called lignocell. It's actually snake bedding. But there's quite a known, serious problem with using sawdust in connection with housing puppies. And of all people, Marshall Bioresources should know about it. Because the hazardous use of sawdust with these puppies formed part of the prosecution case in Italy, where they ran a hellhole called Green Hills, run exactly like MBR Acres. A judge prosecuted the MBR manager and the vet, and they went to prison. The judge's investigation found that over a 2-year period, 93 puppies died due to ingestion of sawdust, ranging from sawdust blockage in the esophagus, sawdust in the stomach. After the case, MBR shut down Green Hills, left Italy because they said it was too restrictive, and sought sanctuary with the Home Office in the UK instead. MBR Acres is indeed a dark, strange, cruel, dirty place. When Animal Rising activists entered the units to liberate puppies, some of them spoke of actually throwing up. It was so smelly. They all talked about the stench of ammonia. Again confirmed by the whistleblower. You can see from this photo that the floor is actually stained and encrusted with filth. We started off this film with the image of these disgusting platform shelves. I'm recording this on a Friday at 4:30 p.m, which means all the workers have gone home. They'll be back tomorrow at 8 a.m. But being a weekend, Saturday and Sunday, they will leave at 11 a.m. These dogs need help. They need an intervention. The only time they ever see the sky is when they're shunted from one building to another as they go further up the chain, ready for the day when they'll be sent to the toxicology laboratory. What we've learned from the whistleblower confirms our worst fears. Confirms what we already knew. The MBR Acres is a hellhole for dogs. This film has been about shit. We'll finish with a piece from the undercover footage that we ourselves obtained in 2022, and what a veterinary professor had to say about that footage. Here the other dogs are seen crowding around the rear of another dog as she defecates. The poo literally hardly hits the ground before it is eaten, and then that dog herself gobbles up another poo. MBR Acres is truly disgusting.
The footage clearly shows a failure to provide these dogs with the care and conditions they deserve. Their behavior is typical of confined animals under stress, and their welfare is compromised by a lack of comfort, hygiene, enrichment and